All right, the Heisman Trophy is in play here. The Heisman Trophy is something that we all discuss. I know, Brian, I never knew myself to be a soy boy. I don't even know what that is. I assume it means I'm soft, which I am. All right, Heisman Trophy. Now, I'm not one of those guys that says a guy has a good game. Oh, man, he's a Heisman hopeful. Okay. All right. I've got 3 candidates for the Heisman Trophy. I'm going to go from number 3 to number 1. Number 3, Kenneth Walker II. Now, Kenneth Walker II transferred from Wake Forest. And when you watch Kenneth Walker II, he is terrific. Like, he's quick, he's fast. I have no idea how it's going to equate to the NFL. That's all we want to do. Let me go to 5 first. All right, I'm going to go to 5. 5 is nobody. I have no 5th choice. 4, nobody. I have no 4th choice. 3, Kenneth Walker II. Now, the dude has 1,483 yards. He scored 18 total touchdowns, 6.5 yards per catch or per carry, and that's really good. But what he's also done, and this is where I have mucho respect for him, he's taken Michigan State under Mel Tucker and made them really good. I mean, at one point, Michigan State got into the top 5. And I do believe their quarterback is mediocre. I do believe their defense is pretty good. I do believe that their wide receivers are okay. But the number 1 guy is Kenneth Walker II. He's been terrific. Now, he really has. And, you know, you got to give guys credit where credit is due. He's elevated the entire program. And I know Dave Clawson over at Wake Forest has had a terrific year, but man, you got to be sitting there looking on TV on Saturday going, oh man, that guy was here. That dude was here. Oh. Make you crazy. It really will. I mean, those are the things in college coaching that make you nuts. They just make you nuts. When you see somebody that you had transfer, and you're like, oh, man, what the hell are we doing here? Look at him go. He's on the Heisman list. Oh, man. My second Heisman hopeful, and this is a little controversial because, of course, everybody wants to say the SEC, it's just more important, and it is. And I saw this kid play in person, Bryce Young, and I think he's really good. But when I saw him play in person, it's kind of funny. I think he had a career game against Tennessee, and I walked away going, he's good. It's all right. Bryce Young's my number 2. Bryce Young has had a hell of a year, and statistically, I don't know. Bryce Young statistically is as good as anybody, if not better. I mean, 71% completion percentage, over 3,000 yards, 3,025, 33-3 touchdown to interception. I think Bryce Young's been really good. And in fact, when you look at Las Vegas, Bryce Young is the favorite for the Heisman Trophy. Okay, that's fine. But I'm also going to back tap on something. And I forgot to put this guy in, but David Bell for Purdue should absolutely be in the conversation. He's not going to be, but just look up the wide receiver from Purdue, and I'm totally biased because I think David Bell is great, but I guess David Bell would be my number 4. But going back to Bryce Young, I think he's terrific. And just because you're second in some clown on a YouTube show, on some clown like me ballot doesn't mean anything. It means you're damn good. But I don't think he's the Heisman Trophy winner. I don't. I think CJ Stroud from Ohio State's the Heisman Trophy winner right now. I think CJ Stroud, who basically had to win a quarterback battle. Now let's compare CJ Stroud, and maybe this is why I like Stroud, I don't know. But let's compare CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, not on the field, but how they got to this spot. All right? Bryce Young, before he ever threw a pass as a starter, obviously Mac Jones was at Alabama last year, but Bryce Young signed, allegedly, according to his coach, a 7-figure, a.k.a. $1 million NIL deal. which I say good for him. But man, that's a hell of a thing to walk into without ever having to do anything. CJ Stroud, on the other hand, well, CJ Stroud had to battle other people. In fact, there was a report early in the year that he was thinking about transferring. Now, I don't know whether that report was true. I have no idea. But one thing I do know is that CJ Stroud came through a spring. Let me make sure I have this right, because he wasn't the quarterback last year. Justin Fields was. So starting in the spring, you got this quarterback competition. And there's a number of dudes. Jack Miller, kid comes in from Texas in the summer. Then we go into the summer. And for those of you that don't know, college football is a year-round deal, man. Dudes are working out. The worst job in the country is in the weight room staff. Because you never get it off, because college football is year-round. And here's what coaches do. Coaches evaluate everything every day. Now, they're not there every day. They're not allowed to work with the team every day, which is really stupid, but that's okay. But man, hey, how'd we look today? To the strength coach. Hey, to one of the managers, how'd we do today? Hey, yeah, okay. They're keeping track every stinking day. And CJ Stroud wins that. So let's fast forward to CJ Stroud. All right, let's just compare him. He has a 69% completion rate. He has 11 more yards. 11 more yards, that's not, that's not a lot. But he does have 11 more yards, 30 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, as opposed to 33 and 3. Now, I'm not going to tell you that either one has played a more difficult schedule. In fact, my way of looking at it, and I've said this before, I've seen Alabama, Tennessee, Michigan State, Cincinnati in person. The way I would rank those would be Alabama, Tennessee, Michigan State, Cincinnati. Now, it doesn't matter how I rank them. I'm just telling you on the day that I saw them. Like Indiana, who was okay then, not very good now, obviously, had Cincinnati beaten. I've talked about that a lot. But that's the way I would rank them. So there's no way I'm going to tell you that CJ Stroud has played a tougher schedule. Now, on our YouTube chat, Kenny Pickett may be a top 5 candidate out of Pittsburgh. I don't disagree with that. Matt Corral out of Mississippi. I don't disagree as a top 5 candidate. But here's what I do, all right? I look at it and I say, realistically, who the hell's going to win the Heisman? Yeah, I mean, like realistically. I mean, David Bell, tremendous. David Bell, if you haven't seen David Bell, check out Purdue next time they play. I mean, you're going to love David Bell. You really are. And at the end of the day, he's not going to win the Heisman. So putting him in there is silly. But that's all right. It's what we do. So those are my 3.